Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us this evening, and thank you for participating of our presentation of the specializing master in design, engineering, and innovation. I would like to introduce Professor Matteo Ingaramo. Please, Matteo, lead the way.
Hey, thank you, Kezia. Welcome everyone. Um, shall we go to the next slide, please? So this is the board of this master. It's me, Tengaram. I am a professor in product design and strategy at Politecnico of Milano School of Design. Our vice director that didn't join us today for because she's the coordinator of the PhD in design here at Politecnico of Milan, and she was committed for another meeting. Lucia Rampino, full professor in product design. Francesco Trabucco, one of the, let's say, father of our discipline in product design here at Politecnico. He was one of the founder. He passed away recently, and he's still with us in terms of, let's say, contents and approach to industrial design, trying to confirm our legacy in product design that was and shifted, okay, and made contemporary by a very high ranking of in the university ranking that makes us being in the top 10 design school since a long time, floating between the fifth and the seventh place, and for sure the first school in design that is not, let's say, mother language in English, but we are trying to do our best to teach every course and overall the postgraduate courses like this one, the specializing courses like this one in full English. Then we have, let me introduce Eugenia Chiara, that is here with us, that is the tutor and the coordinator of the teaching activities in class and out of it, and she will be in charge of following all the teaching activities during the course. Next, please. So, what's the design engineering and innovation is about? This is a specializing master, so it's fully dedicated to the praxis of profession of product design. Okay, and it let's say entails to go on with the, let's say, the original tradition of product design being holistic and integrated enough in order to enhance the technical aspects of the product, to make them contemporary enough, so not only oriented to manufacturing and the industrial processes like they are traditionally considered, but fronting all the big changes so far that we have in the material product creativity. Um, we have a focus on technologies. This is a multidisciplinary master, and we have a focus on humanities. Users are for us the center of everything, and the quality that is perceived by the user it will be the one that is substantially made in technical approach of the product. So, what we would like to transfer, to deliver to our students. Next, please. Okay. Our goals are to train expert designers to take care of the development of a product. That means make it real with competence, with technical update, with the ability to process informations that are not strictly related to creativity. They are the boundaries, but they are also the potential of design innovation. Design innovation could come from big ideas, but also uh, from the competence of people that are skilled in technology, that are aware about the industrial framework. Of course, we love to confirm that aesthetics and meaning of the objects that were almost born, okay, as an history of design here in Italy with our let's say, fathers of design, like Francesco Trabucco, one of the founder, aesthetics and meanings are the synthesis of all these competence. And finally, what the user will get is something that is very complex, but simple to understand and to appreciate. Next, please. The structure of our course is synthetically made in three pillars. Okay, teaching modules. So we are involving our students in a process of learning, and I would say even more learning by doing. So we want our students to meet the faculty that is not only academic. We have a high percentage of responsible of design studio and contributors that are coming from technical and scientific design profession. Here we have Riccardo Gatti and Duccio Mauri with us tonight, and they are in charge of two of our design studio. They are professionals, and they are one of the main part of our, let's say, style of teaching, because they are, let's say, mixing the approaches to knowledge from one side, the polytechnical knowledge, and on the other side, their interpretation that is not anymore methodology but praxis, okay, to front okay the challenges of an evolving constant evolving profession like product design. Second pillar, the stage. So the internship, the meeting company, working with them for them in their organization and getting all the complexity that you could absorb in that kind of experience. Sometimes during the master, we have kind of, let's say, pre-internship, something that comes before that engages you in kind of parallel sessions that are not embedded in the normal class, but we would ask if you are available to for challenges that are lateral but meeting the companies and simulating professional contributions and professional job. Final examination. Final examination is about creating a kind of student journey that it makes clear which are the progresses of students that are coming from different backgrounds, that are evolving their culture of product design, that are matching their abilities with the job world. So the final examination will be a critical understanding about where you are, how you confront your profession, and what you could do in a near future in order to better even more your abilities if you are, let's say, free, okay, to to go into the professional experience. Please, next. Here you have an abacus of the modules. In blue, you have all the, let's say, what we should call theoretical contributions, but they are quite practical because of all of these elements, modules, contents are delivered in an applied way. So they are always okay, integrated with case histories and with the experience of our contributors. The majority of them, as I was saying, are coming from the praxis of product design. They are not only designers, but they are also developers, product managers, and or let's say in charge of the design development in companies or in freelance studios. Our teaching modules that are listed very clear, and I'm not going to spend your time in let's say saying all of them. But here we have mainly three blocks. One block is uh, having pillars of innovation tools, theoretically and practically. So getting the pillars of our approach to innovation that is fully integrated with technology and let's say humanities. Secondly, we have a connection with the complementary aspects of the product design. So deep tech and business. Okay, in which product design is fully okay diving okay every day. So you will find the elements to manage those aspects and to be able to front our challenges. The challenges will be, let's say, related to the real professional issues. Okay, so you will have seminars of people that came out of this. They got the same diploma of these masters. Some of them are specialized designers. Some of them are famous. Okay, and you could, let's say, touch okay the what happens if you are let's say coming out of this path. Um, then you will have um, elements okay, of product development. So technical aspects that are going from mechanics and processes, uh, materials, I would say innovative materials, and the main aspects of the control and the qualitative assessment of your work if you are going for product development. So quality control, certification, patenting, and the continuous fronting of processes boundaries. I would say technical or industrial processes boundary. The lower line, in which you have four boxes, for us is, let's say, a focus, but also one of the main aspects of this teaching proposal. We have in parallel of all the theoretical modules. Okay, so if you are enrolled in this master, you will always have a design studio that makes you design and checking and testing the theoretical contributions at any level, okay, that we expect you to front. We have a preliminary design studio that is the first, let's say, you will meet the first approach that is a conceptual design studio, but is focused on a topic that in those years, the last 2 years, we focused on what we called AI for design and design for AI. That means trying to be empowered by design, understanding, and use, but also designing for products that are containing AI enhancement. Then we have Design Studio 02, that is advanced concept design, a level of definition, even technical definition of the product that is making it ready, okay, to go for the last box, that is the product development studio. The product development studio is simulating a phase of industrialization and refinement of elements of design that will make you deliver to the technical developers, okay, your intentions in a way that they are understandable and sustainable in terms of feasibility. Then we have the Design Studio 03 that is about make a full ad experience focused on additive manufacturing and additive design, as I could say, not properly saying, but that is about, again, fronting a technology that could be a production technology, but could be a prototypical technology, but is a powerful tool for creativity too. So that deserves probably a focus. And so that is why okay, we invited Riccardo and Lucio to give us a focus about these specific two modules okay, of Design Studio that for us are, let's say, featuring or making clear which are our intentions of specialization for this course. Next, please. Professional outcomes. We would like to have to. No, I'm not seeing any more the presentation. Okay. Professional outcomes, it means designer that are experts in product design in coherence with the technique and innovation of the contemporary world. Here you can see what happened to our students in the past year. They went into the design week. The company that was engaging them in one of the experience was prototyping and patenting their design. And here you have, let's say, a condensation. If we can go, Eugenia, maybe with the video, going out of the, yes, please, because that makes it quite clear. We have interface, we have communication of the functions, and we have the sense about a product that it is so thin that it can contain water spraying, it can contain a processor, it can contain LED in 5 millimeters of stainless steel, and this faucet is giving to you the perception about what's happening with the water, but also the consumption of it. It's an integration of elements that fits into your household. So it's a fully domestic object that makes clear what happens with the water consumption, the water management, and other things that are affecting our daily life, but with a very strong condensation of technology and use. And even more, let me say that we were quite proud with our students to have a dedicated space in the design week in the Cortile of State University. That is one of the most, let's say, crowded hub of the design show that is anywhere in Milan during that week. That was organized by Interni, that is the, let's say, the promoter of the Fuori Salone itself. So the selection of this work with the company that was so brave, but also so proud to show it, was a real result to launch our students in their professional future. Next, please. Riesci? Okay. So, as I was saying, preparing yourself in advance, we have a couple of focus. The first one will be, I think that is about Riccardo Gatti, so teaching 3D modeling and additive manufacturing, showing to you what happens in that. So I will leave the floor to Riccardo first, and then to Duccio second, and Duccio will take care of the presentation of the conceptual, let's say, development of products that are made with AI for AI functions. Please go to the next, then we check who's first again. Additive manufacturing. Okay. Thank you, Riccardo. I leave you the floor. Take your
Hello.
time, but not that much.
No,
Okay,
no, I
thank you.
will be very, very short. Okay. So, thank you all for being here. I'm teaching in the master the transition between ideas and reality and real product. Okay. Here, I used generative AI to create this image, but this image, if you can go on the next stage, is actually an image made starting from a real product I did some years ago using advanced technologies like titanium 3D printing and carbon fibers. This is the prototype we did at that age, and it was very challenging things. I'm here representing all the professional that teach in the master, okay, and especially my contribution is about the intersection between 3D modeling and 3D printing. So I do product design, but mainly not in the pure creativity side, but mainly in that area where you have to translate ideas into real product, facing all the technology problem, facing all the production things and all the constraints you have when you need to produce something for real. This is an example. I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud because the internal structure is not just an aesthetical thing, but is actually needed to make this product be printable straight vertical. Otherwise, the upper part will collapse during the printing, and the product will fail. Next one, thank you. Okay. During the master, I will take care of three main modules. The three modules were connected together, and they are part of the Design Studio 3, the design for additive manufacturing and design for manufacturing principle. And the student will practice this process, practicing the idea, the conception of the idea, and then how this idea moves through the developing phase into a real product. The first example we did in the past years was a bucket made with the simplest and most available technology, the FDM printer. It seems a very simple object. It seems a very simple project, but actually this is it really fits the idea of facing the production of a product that has to work correctly, has to snap correctly, and has to function. During the course, the student, next slide, please. During the course, the student will also practice other projects. Normally, I do 3 small projects exactly to make the student to practice different technologies and different problems. So we are going from simpler, more viable technology, like I said, FDM printer, to a more professional technology like MFJ multi-jet fusion. If you know what it is, it's actually the worldwide standard for real 3D printer or additive manufacturing production. Is one of the best technology available today. Still, this is an amazing technology that has constraints that need to be addressed. So at the end, the student will practice not just the conceptualization and the user side of the design, but also how to bring product to reality. Thank you.
Okay, I think it's my
Thank you,
turn.
Riccardo. Thank you, Riccardo. It's your turn, Duccio. Thank you. I leave you the floor. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, first of all, I'm Duccio Mauri, Technical Performance Director at DIWorks. I'm a former design engineer student at the Polytechnic. So what you will see here is the Polytechnic method applied to the new challenges that technology offers us nowadays. So the first focus in this journey that we will do together is to how to embed the AI opportunities and everything that it opens in product experience. The goal is to enable new forms of interaction, personalization, assistance, and meaning also of products in everyday ecosystem or in specific environments enhanced by this new and constantly evolving technology. What you see on the right here are some past students' works. So the goal is to achieve together such level of product detail definition and such level of interaction concept, again, based on this new combination of technologies, processes, and also a material and physical side. Next slide, please. So on one side, again, we will embed this in the product experience, creating some toolbox for the new design professional that will think in this new way provided by AI from the definition of the requirements of the product until its development, until, of course, the conceptual stage, preserving coherence and preserving identity. Then, together with this, next, we will see how to embed this technology in the full design process. So, stating that this is a typical, let's say, polytechnic approach of new product development. So, from the framing part until the production and test go to market, we will leave together the first phases. And each of these phases, it's possible to again have a AI empowered toolbox for every phase, not focus on a specific app or software, but most of all focusing on the approach that we will have in it, so embedding AI in the process, and what are the opportunities that opens, the gains, the benefits, and what can accelerate for every part of the process. Next, please. So basically, for every part, we will have a process, also handbook, booklet, in which the AI will play a key role during the day-by-day activity for all the research part, exploration, the combination of the opportunities that technologies, processes, and materials offer us to create new products, and then everything that is related to the decision process, the critical thinking, and the control of the final outcome. Again, the first part will be the one covered by the workshop, and the second part will be what you will live in the other part of your journey in this master. But again, together we will create anyway this sort of preliminary toolbox for whole the master time. Together with this, last one, I will bring highlights from the professional experience of DI Works Competence Centers. So every lesson you will have professional insights on what is the day-by-day professional life and how do we actually solve problems, face problems, and develop new products in our profession.
Thank you, Duccio. Super, let's say, on time. Thank you very much. As you can see here, all this approach brings us quite frequently to get some awarding, and those awarding we are proud, of course, because those are made by our students with our tutoring and mentoring, and we just won an IF award with a product that was made was created during our course, and that's a full recognition to our students about their ability to absorb the process and make their, let's say, method what we challenge them every day. Um, uh, that's another point that consequently comes out very, let's say, evident that we were guessing how many patents were directly connected to our course during the two past academic years. Is a 3 year period, three year, and those are 38 patents or design patents. So it means that the quality of our students is definitely probably getting where they were, let's say, trying to go. This result is not only coming from Politecnico and the teaching process. It is made because of the strong and trustful collaboration with companies. companies that are, let's say, supporting, okay, teaching activities, but also betting on the fact that if you invest in teaching, maybe you can get innovative ideas. And those innovative ideas are the bridge between being students and being professionals, definitely. So 38 patents, it means more or less one patent every two students in 2 years. So it's for us a very good result, and we hopefully will love to drive you in the same experience with the same quality, since we are looking always for partners and teachers and professionals that are making part of our team. Please, next. I think that in terms of contents, approach, perspectives, and let's say a general show about the results of this course, which should give you some tips about what happens if you would like to enroll. And I would ask to kindly to Kezia, please,
Yeah.
to give those informations. Kezia will be probably responsible of the first contact if you wanna have further information and submit. So
Yeah,
please,
thank you,
Kezia, thank you.
Matteo. Thank you. As Matteo said, if you like to proceed with the next step, so with the application, basically there is two fundamental steps. One, you have to go on the website pages of the Specializing Master and click on Apply. You have to fill in this little form very fast, and then you have to attach the CV, portfolio, motivational letter, and your passport or other document that you prefer. More important, you have to create a video CV that Matteo will watch as an interview. Okay, we ask please no more than 2 minutes because the, the video have to have inside only your background. Why do you would like to choose this specializing master, your goals? Okay, so you can make a brief video. Is okay. The next step is for the formal requirement, because Politecnico di Milano have to evaluate your title, your bachelor degree, and so you will have to send another application, a different one, on the Polytechnical website with attached, of course, your transcript of exams, so all the exam that you made during your year at your university, and your bachelor degree. Um, so before that, before to send the application, it's important that you know you have to register to Politecnico. If you are Italian, so if you have an Italian bachelor, it's okay, a SPID or a identity card, electronic identity card code. If you are an international student, extra way or UA, it's okay. You have to register yourself, and then you have to download how can I say, the authenticator that you prefer. Okay, so I use, for example, a Google Authenticator, but you can download whatever you want because you need the OTP, but you can deactivate it, the two factor. So don't worry about it, and I'm totally available. Please call me if you need support to do this step because we can fix a video call and do it together. So don't worry about that. Um, so this is a two step for the selection. After that, I will send the document. Of course, I have to wait Politecnico, okay, but I have to wait Matteo. And as soon as I have the two evaluation, one the aptitudinal one, the other formal one. My colleague Sarah, that is another colleague of operation, will admit you, and she will be the reference from the admission to the payment. Okay. About the payment, at the moment, we have, a different discount. The cost of the specialized master program is 14,000 euro. 500 is the polytechnical enrollment fee, and the other 13,500 is the cost of the specializing master. At the moment, as I said before, we have a minus 1,000 euro euro discount, but you have to hurry because there are two last, and then they are finished. So you have to hurry to send the application. The other that you see is different one is a family support is a 500 sorry 50 100 discount if you have a sister or brother in poly design already doing some master, and friend to friend as well. If you have a friend in poly design, you can ask this discount. And we have a back to school for the Politecnico di Milano students or Polydesign students. Okay, so this I think that is all. And you can cut on me if wanted. There are QR code, but there are also the mail hello at polydesign.net, and I'm available if you need something for the selection process for other information. It's okay.
Thank you very much, Kezia. Just adding something that probably I missed at the beginning, or maybe it's better to say it again. Who is admissible to that
Yeah.
master? Who is the background that we consider are coming from engineering? Let me say that in terms of statistics statistic application, the majority are coming from material science or mechanical engineering or process engineering, the most related to industrial production. But uh, it happened that we accepted also other different background depending on the composition of the class. Of course, on the other hand, we have a lot of designers coming from very different schools all around the world. This master has a high, very, very high percentage of foreign students, and of course, the approaches and the let's say the roots, okay, the cultural roots of design, depending on where they're coming from, of course, are making a class different to the other one. So we try every year to make a balance, a composition, an integration of potential students and to admit a class and not a single student. That is a very important point because in the learning by doing process, students are collaborating a lot. They have to spend a lot of time together. They have to, let's say, negotiate with the counterpart that are company partner, professors, mentors, tutors, specialists, and so on. So it's important that we have a balance, that we could have even specialized contribution coming from the students, making you, okay, don't having serious gaps depending on your background. So if you are an engineer, probably you have a kind of needs to ground, okay, your knowledge in design, design history, design methodology, and so on, and reverse. Of course, if you're a designer, it could be that your technical knowledge is not that deep. So in this case, and because of that, we are taking care of a selection that is balanced enough to have a class that is making you improve, even if you don't have the 100% of the knowledge that is needed.
Thank
I
you,
would
Matteo.
thank you on behalf of the team here, and Kezia, as she said, is ready, okay, to accept your application.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I will meet you in presence in class. Thank you very much.
Yes, and so if you have questions, we can wait 5 minutes more, and we can answer to all of your questions about selection, about the program, as you want. If you want to, ask us some question.
Good to know that, as usual, in a class, the
Yeah,
questions are coming after than after.
you can use the
Anyway,
chat. Anyway, you
you can
can
use the
use the
chat to
chat if you are
communicate.
shy. Don't worry about it. You can
Exactly.
write.
Or if you want to ask something more, or if you want
Yeah,
any, let's say, enlightening about this proposal, please let us know.
yeah,
We make a kind of pre-selections that, as Kezia was saying, is based on a motivation letter, on a
yeah,
interview that is making you, let's say, expose, okay, all your, let's say, ambitions and your
yeah,
needs in terms of knowledge, we check your background, and we check your English level and so on. So that's a way to meet you quite fast and to give you a feedback very fast. Okay, POLI.design is managing more than 26 specializing masters that are under selection in the same period. So the staff is overloaded about that. So that's why that makes it clear. It could be that you are directly admitted because of your portfolio. That has to be well done, of course, and because of your very good exposition. Then, if it will be needed, a further interview made directly with me or with other members of the scientific committee, please. Okay. We have a question, I think.
yes. Good evening. What do you look for in a portfolio if someone has an industrial design background?
But I think that you have to show two things mainly. Your competence, so which level of knowledge you have about product and product development. Never forget that products are talking about a story. They are storytellers. They have meaning and aesthetics. So why not? That we would like to have a clear understanding about your level of modeling skills and your abilities in softwares and third, we will try to understand which grade of cross-sectioning and integration attitude do you have because of that. But don't mind if you are not a product designer or if you don't have a background in design, you could send us your experiences that are touching the product in some way. If you are a material science engineer, it's obvious that you will not have in your portfolio ended products with the usability elements, but your competence through the products or your intentions or your small contributions in integrated experience or summer school or whatever could make part of your, let's say, engineer portfolio. If you are a mechanical engineer, you would like to show your abilities of representation, of visualization, of assessment and calculation, please, you're welcome.
Okay, another one. Is the architectural background acceptable to this program?
Of course, it is. It is because the tradition of product design in Italy was based and is still strictly connected to industrial design. Architects and designers were the same, and engineers and designers were a kind of fusion in that sense. We are quite young as a school of design because it happened 30 years ago, and before than that, designers were architect. I am an architect. because I'm the oldest of the team. But Riccardo, he has a diploma in design already. But I have to be honest. There are some gaps that you can, because it happened already with other students. You can feel with some readings, taking the full chance of being in Milan. Milan is a city of design, of a very large, wide variety of products, going from furniture to fashion products and visual products and so on. So uh, make let's say an intellectual bath into design culture. We can give you some readings, some reference, some read books to read, and help you to, let's say, tune, okay, your participation into the field of design without not feeling that you have a knowledge gap that is specifically focused in design.
Okay, Matteo, another one. Good morning. As a robotics engineer, what should I show in my portfolio?
Robots or parts of them. I'm not expecting you to have an anthropomorphic robot, but if you have, of course, that could make clear if there was any collaboration with designers. Maybe it happens with or ergonomics experts, and maybe why not representing even a small part, very well developed functionally and with the technical modeling or drawings that you could have. We are not looking for designers if they are engineers. We are looking for engineers that are open to design contamination, but on the other side, maybe they are looking the competence of how being the designers of an ended product, and not only, or let's say, being part, okay, of a technical development of a single element of ended products.
Okay, another one, Matteo, for your joy. One more question. I would like to ask if it's mandatory to have a work experience prior to applying for this master. If someone has graduated recently.
No, not at all. You are very welcome if you are a student that just got your diploma. We like to accept balancing, okay, the majority of our to accept, let's say, young, experienced designers still open to, let's say, improve their methodology, their approach, and open to make experiences and to invest some time in bettering their skills. So basically, it's quite a young class normally that is having the first contact with the profession and the job. So that's fully acceptable. I would even say that's our expectation.
Okay, so the one of Alejandro, I answer you, Alejandro, because you ask us, it is possible to take two master with 1 year. No, unfortunately, you can't do two master. You have to do one master per year. So 1 year, one master, the other year, the other master. Because inside the Politecnico, you can't have two different registration. You have to have one and next year the other one. So it's not possible to take two master. No, Matteo,
But let me
as
say that
professor of
maybe, yeah,
Politecnico, I don't know
yes,
if
I know.
I.
So those are the rules. No, no, you're perfectly right. But we love to engage our students sometimes with extra time and extra experience and having class mixed. So when we were showing that faucet that was evolved, it was a multidisciplinary experience that was made with the contribution of students coming from our masters. So it could be if that is the answer for you, that if you are available for engaging more time in your personal life, in your daily life, you will be more than welcome to participate. Those experiences are for free, for sure. We love to connect the companies with the class. It helps us to select, to help them to select the future interns or maybe future collaborators. So for us, it's a very good chance to enlarge and to make even more effective your experience. That could feel a bit satisfy a bit your expectation of being, let's say, involved into paths. For sure, if you want to end and to go for the subscription of another one, you're more than welcome. The school is here for that.
Okay, perfect. So we don't have any questions. We answer all of your question. So thank you again, Matteo. Thank you, Riccardo. Thank you, Eugenia, and Claudia, of course, that answer you inside the chat and organize this webinar, this presentation. Thanks all, and have a nice evening or morning. It depends by your time zone. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye bye.